Welcome back to Boss Talk Radio, and we're here with our special guest, Cherisa McDonald from ASAP Tax Preparation Company. How you doing?
Hello, I'm happy to be
You
here.
look good. In red.
Red girl.
God dang, you know that's
I didn't
my
get
cup.
the memo for red hair. They didn't send me the memo.
But we didn't plan this.
Okay.
Great minds think alike.
Black
Oh,
nails.
yeah, honey.
Yes.
No, I don't play by my nails now.
Mm-mm.
Red dress.
Look really pretty. Happy to be here.
I know you look so nice.
Oh,
This right here
thank
is a
you.
boss chick. I've been knowing her for a minute. When I tell you, I thought I don't sleep. This one right here don't sleep. So I want you to introduce yourself to all of the viewers. The phone line is actually open now. We usually wait, but we're gonna go ahead and open up the phone line now. The number is 9314 BAUSE for all your questions. So make sure you definitely call and ask. She's not gonna be here all night, and she ain't gonna do your taxes over the phone on this interview, okay? But she definitely here to answer all your questions. The time is approaching.
It is.
It is, honey. If all y'all ain't filed yet, try to file an extension. You might need to go and get the
And for the people
15.
who want to open up an office.
Yes, so make sure you stay tuned in until 10. Get your questions in, but I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hello, Cherisa McDonald, tax professional. And actually, I'm here just to speak a little bit about taxes, getting everybody's stuff together. Our people need to get their stuff right. Finance, taxes. I was using actually the tax business opportunity. You may have other dreams, other plans, and need some working capital. This is a great way to build some working capital to do some of the things that you really want to do. It's the best, most fulfilling 90-day, $100,000 lick you will ever do legally in your life. And I can show you how to do it.
So how long have you been doing in the tax accounting world?
I've been in mortgage finance for like the last 16 years. So I was pretty familiar with the taxes and what the credit needs to be and what the finances needs to be to purchase homes. So when the world went crazy, when real estate did a dive, I had to tap into some of the things that I was pretty good at. So I've been actively doing taxes maybe 8 years now.
Okay.
So what else? I know I met you when you was doing mortgages.
Yes.
So on top of mortgages and taxes, you also do credit repair.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Tell them about that.
Credit repair. I know it's so many people out there saying that they can do this and
I was
do
going to
that.
say, before you start, everybody swear they can fix your credit.
I don't need you just
For
sending a dispute
$5.99.
letter. Just sending some dispute letter that you done got off the internet. I don't need you with a
Oh,
power
Instagram,
bill and a copy
okay.
driver license.
It's not rocket science, and by identity fraud being one of the #1 crimes in the world, if you did have bad credit, this is the best time to fix it because they're more forgiving and it's easy. You do not need to give nobody $1,000 a bureau to fix your credit and send some dispute letters.
How long does it normally take to, if you go through a repair credit program, what should the people, or with your services, how long do you tell your clients?
Well, credit bureaus report once a month, so you have to give them the 21 days to review and update. So normally, it's like a 90-day sweep. First month, you clean it up, get rid of everybody. A lot of people you don't even have to do anything for, because a lot of companies went bankruptcy when our country went crazy. So they just sitting there waiting for you to ask to take it off. The credit bureaus will do what you ask them to do. It's not for them to think, ooh, we need to take Lena's, laid off from a company that's no longer existing anymore. So really 90 days, and you really can see a big deal.
So are you taking new clients for the credit repair?
Always taking new clients.
Do
for
you
credit
discuss
repair.
prices, or how would they find out about
It's
prices?
individual.
Okay.
Everybody needs something different. No one's the same.
Okay.
So is it anything that you can absolutely not handle? Like, because everybody bankruptcy.
I love challenges. Anything federal and government, bankruptcies, student loans. Which the student loans, Obama, I want everybody to take advantage of that.
Yes.
They are forgiving they're forgiving 70% of your student loans and allowing you, if you keep your payment plan, to just pay 1/3 of it.
But it's so many third parties. So how do they go about getting the program?
Call direct. Go direct.
Oh, okay.
Go direct.
Because you see so many people advertising.
And that's like a third party where they charge you to do it.
Yeah.
Again, it's not rocket science. If you call, they're going to give you 1, 2, 3 options, just like the Price is Right. Just tell them to skip and go straight to door number 3. I want to do the payment plan where I pay 1/3 of my student loans. They give you 3 to 5 years. You keep the agreement. They honor it. Another great way to pay it off, because I do a lot of principals and teachers and educators, is to get tax business. You can dedicate the money from your tax business
Mhm.
to pay off the student loan, so it's none of your out-of-pocket money.
Yeah.
I have a couple of principals doing that now.
So, what is the class? You say you're offering a class to start.
Any and all things taxes. You need them done, I got you.
What are the dates? What are the dates?
I'm in 5 cities, and I believe Atlanta is in
September the 10th and 11th.
September 10th and 11th.
Look at you. You must be
I am
in the
signed
class.
up.
Okay.
I'm in the class. Please come sit
Yes.
beside me.
So
Yes.
September the 10th and 11th. Where is it located?
Camp Creek Marriott, Courtyard Marriott.
Okay. How long is is it 8 hours a day?
Actually, it's 2 days. It's all day Saturday and all day
What you mean
Sunday.
by all day?
9 to 5.
9 to 5.
But I have the classes, so you can just pick what's of interest to you. You so damn smart and catch on fast. You probably don't even need day 2 for marketing. Day 2 is really about marketing.
What's the price for the class?
It's $2.99 for 2 people.
For 2 people?
2 people. $2.99 for 2 people.
Oh, that's good.
So if you have a company, you can bring in your assistant. If you want to get one, bring in your partner. It's easier to tag team and work off of everybody. Work off of each other for a company.
What can the people that sign up or come to the class, what can they expect to leave with after your class, after the 2 days?
If they already have a business, they can expect to leave with techniques, tips, and tools to double the business, minimum double the business if they did the previous year, working with what they already have. And if you're new to the business, I'm going to give you the game, the whole blueprint, start to finish.
So you're going to teach them how to do taxes.
I'm teaching them.
So let me ask you a question, because I know we've been talking about this, and I have had somebody send this question to me. They wanted to know the time, because you see so many other people teaching these classes, and it takes a week. So basically, they're just dragging this out and charging you this money to make it seem like they're teaching you a whole lot when you actually can learn this in 2 days.
Again, everybody learns at their own level.
Right.
And the older we get, shit is just harder to digest. What I'm teaching in this class that I'm advertising is how to brand your business, open it up, and get started and set up. Not to do actual taxes.
Okay, so to be clear, it's not to do taxes, it's how to start up a tax office.
Right. The tax classes start in October.
Okay, so this is just to get the business, what you'll need.
Exactly.
things.
Software, compliance, marketing.
So this is not the actual tax preparing class.
If you can catch on, technology is so great now. There's only 3 ways to do taxes. You're either self-employed or you're not. You got kids or you don't. Pretty much the formula for the majority of the people. If you even halfway sharp, I could give you that in 2 days. Personal one-on-ones, I do them all the time. Because of technology, again, we can even do it on the computer with the Screen Connect. We can log on and I could just whip you through it. It's like formulas. Really, it's like formulas.
Now, has the system changed? Because I did taxes in college, like a part-time job. And basically, you know, we had offices in the mall. You know, living in the country, we had the mall where they was writing and they fill it out. We take it back to the office, and you just sit and you input it into a screen that look just like this paper. And the computer does everything for you. It generates. You just keying in the numbers.
Yes.
Figures. They give you a cheat sheet of all the allowances and the exemptions, and that was it. It was not rocket science. However, for all the people like me who have 4 businesses with 4 Schedule C's and loss and profit and this, that, now those taxes can get a little difficult.
Those are special. That's not the majority.
Right.
So, yes, that I can't teach you in 2 days. But you can catch on pretty fast and I can show you. It's still not rocket science. It's tedious and we want to do it legally and keep the client safe. And it's so much fraud going on.
That was my next thing. It's so much fraud.
Oh
People
my
are so
God.
nervous to, you know, take these classes because they was like, will I be able to do them? Is it like a certification? Or this is just something you're giving your
Some
knowledge?
states require certification. I think all states should, and eventually it's probably going to come. But right now, they're just governing you and watching you. As a tax preparer, if you're sitting in your office doing 50 returns, somebody's watching you do the 50 returns as you submit them. It's like an eye in the sky. Nothing's private anymore. So part of this class that I'm advertising is to keep you in compliance.
Okay.
Keep you out of jail. That's actually one of the titles of one of the topics. And last year we got beat up so bad with the fraud,
Really?
with the stealing of babies and stealing of identities. So they came up with a lot of new quality control that we're going to have to implement for next year.
So you'll go over that in
Exactly.
the class, like what you need to stay in compliance.
And that's no joke. I was a victim of that. I filed my taxes kind of close together. and I received that letter in the mail saying,
Identity.
call in because someone tried
Yes,
to
ma'am.
file a W-2 on me.
Oh,
So when I
that's
turned in my taxes, they was like, how are you filling out the taxes for this year and you already filed one?
Mhm.
So are you trying to amend it? I'm like, no, this is my first time actually filing the taxes for this year. And they're like, well, we already have a W-2 and the tax return on you. And I was like, no, I wish. That was crazy. In the security protocol that the IRS go through, they ask you questions that I don't even know how they knew to ask. Like literally, they was asking questions that nobody would know but
you.
me and my mother. Like it was like for all the states that you lived in, which is from your credit report, your street, the high school. How do you know which high school I went to?
I think they pull anything that's public records. They can pull it, like schools. When you register, like light bills, stuff like that. That's how
They
you're
have
able
to.
to.
Because the
Get
normal
that
question is
private
mom's maiden
information.
name,
Yeah.
last four
Yeah,
years
but I'm like,
social.
how do you know which school I went to?
Public
so that's
records.
there's public record
Yeah.
transfer.
They, anything that's public
And if
records,
you mess
they can
around
pull
and
it.
you get one wrong,
No,
girl, I was, and then you be nervous.
Cause you don't know.
Cause I was
second
like,
guessing yourself.
I was
What
second
school
guessing
did I
myself.
go to?
Cause you be nervous, cause if you get one wrong, that it's a whole
Start the
nother
whole process.
No, it's a different process for if you get it wrong.
Oh,
But
okay.
as long as you're on the phone and you answer the questions correctly, you can get done and cleared. But the thing about it is, I had to get cleared for each year, and that pissed me off because I'm like, if I just call you and answer all these questions for 2014, why I gotta answer these same
for
questions for
each year.
2015?
But you'll think them later if somebody walking around
That's
using
what I was
your
about to say.
information. So it's tedious.
They
but
hold
it's
you up.
worth
But what
it.
I don't like about the IRS, when you owe them money, they send you a damn letter every month and charge you penalty interest.
And they ain't
But
gonna
when
answer
they
the
ask,
questions.
oh, you money, and they need something for you to give your money, you ain't gonna get a damn letter.
You
You
gonna
ain't
go
gonna phone
hell.
call, you ain't gonna get nothing. And then they get mad when you call it with attitude.
That's the IRS for you.
Yeah, well, we're gonna hold it. It's 21 days. But they do tell you 21 days. At least they tell you that.
So would this be the only class you're holding to start the?
No, this is actually the kickoff. So
No,
this is,
for Georgia.
for right now, Georgia,
So
for the business, yes.
Uh-huh.
Georgia for actually learning how to do taxes started in October.
Okay, but no, I'm saying like for the starting up the business,
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
people who wanna, open up an office this year. This will be the perfect time.
I'm available. I do one-on-ones. This is what I do all day, every day.
How
I was
can-
just trying to put them together so I can knock out a whole bunch of people at one time.
Okay.
But I'm
Would you-
available.
Okay. Perfect.
So when I come take this class on September 10th, you're going to give me the basis on how to start the business, how to grow the business, how to make it work, brand it, and just run it. Being in business in the tax industry. Then in October is a class that I'm going to take to actually learn how to do the actual taxes so
Input
that
the taxes.
that I can
the
train
credits.
my team that I've already started
Exactly.
building since I took the class in September so that I can have my doors open November, December.
Exactly.
Sounds like a plan.
Exactly.
But
Don't
with the
hold me
market
back.
being so many, I see tax office on every corner in Atlanta.
But you know what? There's gas stations on all four corners also.
True.
So you have to figure out how to separate yourself, which is what you're going to learn in the class. I'm going to share some things.
Yeah, because I know that's something people are like, but it's so many tax offices. So how
There's
am I
so
gonna
many new
do-
things that's coming up that everyone's not aware of.
But the thing about it is, that's when you get back to supporting people that you know. Just because it's a tax office in every Walmart, in every corner, it's a reason why a person chooses to go to that location.
But people be funny about their money. So you want to go to some, just because I know you, I want to go to somebody who knows what they're doing.
what they doing, and what you find is people do say, I want to go to somebody what they doing. How you know he know what he doing? Just because he did your taxes last year, how you know she don't know what she doing? It's the reason why she has certification. But then a lot of people also feel personal. They might not want somebody that they know personally to know their business, how much they really
Because
made.
your tax return is something very personal.
It's very. It gives everything.
Yeah, you get
so
your
sometimes
personal
it's
social,
hard to
everything.
get people close to support you in certain businesses. This is different than just
Absolutely.
supporting getting your hair done, your
No,
eyelashes,
this is like you all in my business. And
like
that's
all
it.
in my business. And I get that in real estate too. Because
Yeah.
they think I'm just gonna show you the house, but when I have to communicate with your loan officer and talk about money, some of my clients back up like, oh wait a minute, I got to, like, you call my loan officer. Like,
Yeah.
people be like, they want to keep you separate, and sometimes you have to be like, look, this is business. We can separate personal and just let them know it's okay.
Yeah.
But taxes is a different story. So I think more people are gonna go based on what she said, where they comfortable. But that's why you got to make sure you're branding yourself
You're
and
professional.
make sure you
know,
stand
yeah.
out and making sure people come to you. Now I have a question.
Yes.
Is it illegal for people to give incentives for you to do business for them to bring their business to your tax office?
It's not illegal. They allow us. It's called a loyalty rewards program, and the IRS does approve it.
Giving away gifts.
Y'all didn't hear that.
Yes.
Okay.
And you,
okay, so my next question is, I'm going down this because mine and some other questions.
Okay.
Are they really getting rid of the tax of you can only file 2 kids?
No. We're keeping it legal. If you have 10, you can file 10, but you only get paid for 2.
And what's the purpose of filing 3 through 10?
Exactly. So it works like in marriages and divorces, where you guys co-parent and separate to get the full benefits. But they have a lot of Hispanic, which it's a whole nother market to tap into. They're taking care of their kids here and their family at home. You get minor credit for it, but you don't really get the maximum. So there's other ways and little tidbits that I can share where you can get credit for more than 1 kid.
Well, I ain't got but 2. I was just asking for somebody else to be like...
That has 3 kids, because one of the questions was, what is the max you can expect back if you have 3 kids on like a regular income?
Okay, let me tell you. Last year it was $3,500 for the first one. You get an additional $1,500 for the second, and you get $600 for the third, and there's nothing else after 3. So there's other things you can write off, but not income child credit like for the first 3.
So that's like 50.
So that's why they take that third baby. A lot of times when you're in a house, I'm talking legally, if you're in a relationship and the husband would carry like the third and the fourth baby.
Because they would file separately.
File separately.
Now let's talk about that.
Okay.
In marriages,
Yes.
you know, I just watched the movie The War Room, and this movie just relates so much in my life.
Okay.
Second time you just
I gotta talk about this movie because this movie is on my mind, honey.
Okay.
Now, you know, you get married, everybody won't put all their money in one account. My mama is not really feeling that idea. I'm gonna leave her comments out of this.
Okay.
So when you're married, do you advise people to file separate or file joint?
You know what? I get this question a lot, and it all depends. If we're both professionals and we're like in the
7th floor business.
7th floor business, it might be beneficial if we're equal to file separate. I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but there's more incentives and deductions you can use separately than together.
Yes.
Now, if I'm married and my husband make more than me, I might want to file together because he benefits more from taking care of me. The government gives you money for having a wife. Exemptions. So it all depends on, again, everybody's situation is different.
Now, I've been 7th floor for a very long time.
Yes.
It's a great thing except for tax time. People don't understand why I keep receipts. This was him last week.
When I say she keeps
every...
She's like, give me that receipt. I'm like, girl, she said, you gonna see the end of the year. Don't call me talking about what a receipt.
That's a good story. That's great. And I love it.
Let me tell you, I keep my receipt and anybody else's receipt that I see want them. I'm going to get that receipt. But let me just tell you why. I owned a grocery store, 2 of them. And I was 7th floor selling real estate. And I had a hair business. When I tell you my taxes was like in a box, because it's a pain in the butt to sit there and add up receipts. But I'm a very organized person, so I keep my receipts added in separate monthly. At the end of the month, I do my receipts for that month. Because come December, I've been that person that sit there looking at 2 boxes on the floor I got to go through. But people don't seem to realize in real estate or any 7th floor business, when you go to buy a house, what you do on them taxes is going to determine whether you're going to be renting or you're going to be owning.
That's another question.
I get questions so much about, hey, I'm 7th floor, I'm trying to buy a house. I really don't like them phone calls because I already know I don't want to break this bad news. Because if I ask you, I just had this conversation yesterday. A gentleman called me and said, hey, I don't know if I want to rent or buy. I said, are you 7th floor? He said, yes. I said, have you filed your taxes the past 3 years? He said, yes. I said, did you write off a lot or did you plan on your income? He said, I had a lot of deductions.
That's usually one of my first questions I ask the professionals. What are your plans this year and next year? Because all that have to do with the taxes.
Yes.
And as far as you and those receipts, baby, just use a card.
I do.
And one specific card for your hair, your store.
I do.
It'll make it easier than in December you sit
I'm
on
a
a bottle
Virgo,
of wine.
but I be feeling. But I compare my receipts to my bank
I
statements.
believe the
receipts.
But my bank statements is in order.
Let's go. I'm waiting on the receipt. Let's go.
But I keep my bank statement in with my receipts, and you'd be amazed.
You know what I'm gonna
some
buy
things
you?
that I may pay cash for.
I am gonna buy you this great little scanner.
You put them in there, and they.
Either she can take a picture with her phone, scan, and they'll save it.
I saw that.
And then technology is so like amazing right now. They'll even start separating food, travel.
Yeah.
They'll know how to
Let
read
me
the
tell you, if
receipt.
you go in my garage and look on them shelves, you're
believe
gonna
it.
see 2008 to 2015 boxes with the receipts,
Receipts.
bank statements, travel, and it's so organized. If you open, you can redo the taxes yourself.
Oh my goodness.
But okay, that's the next question.
Yes.
How long did you supposed to keep your taxes? I still got my taxes from 2001.
I have mines all the way too. I keep them. The IRS, we can always call and get them faxed over up to 5 years back. Anything over 5 years, the IRS have to go somewhere special and get them. So just keep them on the.
Well, I don't need to go get mine, but sometimes people say you need to keep everything 7 years. Anything over 7 years, you can throw away.
Mm-hmm.
That's a formula that a lot of people use. IRS required me to keep everything 3 years, but I have literally probably my first box of taxes from the first year that I did them.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's crazy.
I have a
never know.
question for the class. If someone's looking to open up their own office, does it take a lot of money to start?
No, ma'am. The marketing is the money. I will help you make sense of the overhead, because when tax season is over, those bills are still due.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another thing I'm teaching in class. Alliances, like what Elaine was speaking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Bonding, insurance, tax, real estate, credit. You got to keep it going. You want to be known in your neighborhood as the go-to girl, as the help, the answers, and all-knowing. You don't want to just pop up on them in January.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching all that in the class as well.
Okay.
I know one person has asked this as well. Is this a business that can be ran out of a home office?
A lot of my guys run their businesses. Everything is technology, baby, as long as you got a laptop. The software and everything is all web-based.
Do that affect the professionalism or like the
See, it all
marketing?
depends. If you are corporate or if you work in a county job and you're sitting talking all day when they're in the courtroom, you can just get everybody's stuff and do it there. It's personal. Like the teachers I told you about, it's personal. They drop everything off. They pick it up after school. So it all depends on how you're going to market your
Okay. Are you going to be kind of like a pick up, drop off kind of tax preparer?
I'm all things tax.
No, I'm talking about for
figure
as the people, like people who can't afford to go get an office space and want
Yes,
to work out of home.
exactly.
But still want to attract like people who have more corporate jobs.
I have
who may
so
not
many
feel
virtual
comfortable
tax
coming.
preparers. So many virtual tax preparers.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Because, we got, some people that ain't good with change and ain't really feeling this technology world. They going to want to come sit down at a desk
And watch you do
with
it.
a manila folder
What color?
and they calculator, and they
Mhm.
going to want you to touch their paper
And you know
in the
what?
name of Jesus.
If you're
And
going
they
to
gonna
work,
want to watch you.
You're
do
right.
them. They
You're
gonna want
right.
to sign them, and then they gonna take don't electron. I want to mail mine. They gonna want to mail theirs
No, you're
because
right.
they don't want direct deposit. So it's gonna be hard to kind of please those people because they're so used to
A certain way of doing it.
or people like that.
no, you're going to mirror your client and figure out a way to make them happy.
Do you go to people's houses and do their taxes?
We're mobile with it. I have someone. I unless I'm spoiled of a couple of clients, yes,
Mhm.
I will. But I have we do mobile service, especially in the beginning when everybody's trying to get their taxes
Because I
in.
see
and
some of the initiatives. I see Jackson Hewitt is in Walmart.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and just get in all the Family Dollar